Our top focus this hour, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay has condemned the killing of 3 Tamil residents in an alleged firing by Karnataka Forest Department officials in the Cauvery Wildlife Sanctuary area. Now, calling the incident as a massacre, Chief Minister Vijay demanded a high-level investigation and action against those found responsible. Chief Minister Vijay also said that the Karnataka government must provide all necessary assistance to the families of the victims and called for measures to ensure such an incident does not happen again. The opposition too has condemned the incident in one voice. In a statement, DMK President M.K. Stalin called the killing of the 3 Tamils shocking and strongly condemnable. M.K. Stalin alleged that the incident had occurred with no regard for human life. The former Chief Minister has demanded that a murder case must be registered and that a transparent and impartial investigation should be held to punish those responsible. PMK President Anbu Mani Ramados has demanded a CBI probe and a compensation of 1 crore rupees for the families. CPI State Secretary M. Veera Pandian has claimed that the 3 men were farmers who used to take their cattle into the forest for grazing. They had gone into the forest that night to search for missing cattle when they were shot dead. The party has demanded the arrest and dismissal of the forest officials involved, as well as registration of a murder case. Similarly, CPM State Secretary Shanmugam has demanded the dismissal and arrest of the officials involved and urged Vijay's government to raise the issue with the Karnataka government. In fact, Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has said a magistrate-led investigation has already been ordered and that several witnesses have been questioned. Evidence, including weapons and other items, have also been seized. According to D.K. Shivakumar, officials recovered firearms and 2 bags containing meat, including those of wild animals. Forest officials suspect that the 3 men entered the forest illegally for hunting. The 3 deceased men were residents of Hannur in Chamrajanagar district and have been identified as Anthony Sammy, John Rose Peter and Kumar. The bodies have now been sent for post-mortem examination. This incident, however, has put the spotlight on the Cauvery Wildlife Sanctuary again, which is a highly sensitive and ecologically rich area between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The region faces persistent challenges with regard to illegal cross-border activities, making it thus a heavily patrolled anti-poaching flashpoint for forest authorities. Smugglers in the region routinely exploit proximity to both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to carry out illegal activities. Notorious bandit Virappan's infamous jungle fortress, Gopinatham, is located deep within the Cauvery Wildlife Sanctuary. This region served as his primary hideout and operating ground. Virappan routinely ambushed and killed and police and officials are currently deployed in this highly sensitive zone. And to take this forward, joining us on the broadcast is senior journalist R.K. Upadhyay. He's joining us live from Bengaluru. Mr. Upadhyay, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. Now, there are clearly 2 narratives here, one that has been put forth by the forest officials and the second by the villagers and the families of the deceased. All of that is within the realm of investigation. Keeping all of that aside, what do you make of this political row now that has erupted between the Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu government, given that they have a history when it comes to strained ties, especially with regard to the Meghadatu Dam project?
Keeping the strained relations aside for a while, I think we need to look at the incident itself. I mean, this is something very grave incident, and which is very rare, where common people are shot down like this. I mean, even if they are poachers, let us assume that they were involved in poaching. Why would the officials shoot them in the chest? I mean, that is something basic. If you have a gun, you should know how to use it. I mean, the first thing to do is to shoot them in the legs. So that is what the manual says. But these people, all 3, were shot in the chest or head. I mean, that is totally unacceptable. And I think that is where the investigation has to begin. And that is where, the entire episode, smacks of high-handedness on the part of forest officials. And if these farmers were inside and, if they were involved in poaching, there are ways of dealing with it. You don't shoot people straight away. I mean, that looks like, it's an encounter. So those who are responsible for this incident have to be, brought to book. I hear that the Hanur police have registered a murder case against a couple of forest officials, but they need to be taken into custody to find out what exactly happened and how it happened. As far as the relations between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu is concerned, this is a border area between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and there have been tensions now on the Cauvery River sharing issue. So already the tensions are mounting because Karnataka has not released as much water as it was required to release as per the tribunal's order. And, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are fighting over this issue. And in the middle of this comes this very grave incident and, which has provoked people on either side. And this is not good for the relations between the two neighbors.
Yes. Mr. Upadhyay, important that you mentioned that there are several unanswered questions at this point, and the fact that the details regarding the seizures that have been made have also not been made public. But talk to us about the kind of inquiry that is taking place here on, because obviously a magisterial inquiry has been ordered by D.K. Shivakumar. There is a chorus for a CBI inquiry. There is also a demand for judicial inquiry to take place. What do you think should be the next course of action for proper investigation to take place? Do you think probably High Court should also be taking suo motu cognizance at this point?
I think all of that will have to follow. First of all, the magisterial inquiry is a sham because it's one of the government officials will be doing it. So I think, first of all, it has to be entrusted to a judicial inquiry. A senior judicial officer should first investigate and probably to be followed by, if it is more serious, I think it has to be handed over to the CBI because this can repeat. I mean, this is not the first of its kind. And, this kind of incident happening on the, border area is not good for either state. I mean, you can't kill innocent people point blank. And the whole question is whether there are people living in the periphery of the forest, and they do go into forest, for small forest woods and other things, or the cattle will be grazing. And these are common incidents. And if you don't know how to handle them, and if you use the gun straight away, I think it's a very dangerous situation. So this is where both the states have to sit together and find out who the guilty are, and they have to be punished. I don't see that Karnataka should be defending them just because they're officials of the Karnataka government. This is an incident which has to be taken very seriously because this violation of the human rights, that is what has happened. And, the killing of innocents cannot be accepted at any cost.
Yes. Mr. Upadhyay, just last question before we let you go. Talking about the version that's been put forth by both the sides, the forest officials maintain that they did ask the deceased alleged poachers to surrender, which they did not. According to you, talk to us about the kind of security, the kind of patrolling that happens at this particular sensitive zone, and should it be probably increased in the coming days, months and years?
Look, we don't know the details. I think, they claim that they asked them to surrender. These are all in the realms of speculation.
Right.
Because this incident is supposed to happen around 5:30. That's what the timeline says. So, it could be even very dark at that time. So probably they have found that there were some people in the forest areas and they might have warned them, or whether they have warned them at all is a question one has to look into. But then, see, the point is that the officials have to be very careful dealing with the general public. We don't know anything about the arms that they were carrying. They claim that they were recovered some 20 kilos of deer meat, which may be possible that they were carrying it. I mean, this is a normal thing that people living in the area would do. And probably you will find deer meat even in the forest officials' offices. I mean, see, this is a common complaint that they do indulge in this kind of activities. But then to kill them, claiming them to be poachers and then, straight away hitting them in the chest is not at all to be accepted.
Yes, Mr. Upadhyay, we'll have to leave it at that, but important that you mentioned about the kind of inquiry that happens, and remains to be seen whether that judicial inquiry happens or not. For now, R.K. Upadhyay maintains that the magisterial inquiry which is underway is nothing but a sham.